200,000. Because in 1998, that is where we got 3% of GDP. I mean, the budget of DepEd is 3%, represents 3% of the GDP. So we're now closing into that, no? And the beauty of the 2013 budget, we were able to get the approval of which is the first time in history, I think, that we were able to get the approval of the lower house in a matter of 3 hearings. Unlike before, it will last forever. And the other thing, the other good news is that in 2013, we will be able to create almost 600% of what we're getting as far as teacher item is concerned. In the past, we used to get 10,000 items yearly. It could not catch up with the shortage, no, because of the increment. But for 2013, we will be able to get around 6,500 teachers. Our backlog is 63,000. But the near backlog, if you net out the LGU hired, the backlog is something like 140. But then again, we treated the LGU hired because it's still people's money. No? We use the LGU hired as part of the inventory of resources that we have. For school building, aside from the basic education facilities improvement program, we also have what we call the public-private partnership, wherein the private sector will initially finance the construction, and then government will just pay over time. And the beauty of the PPP is that we're now moving away from a conventional construction, meaning we are open to using new technologies. No? In fact, there's a mock-up school building in Bulacan, because we require those who are qualified bidders to set up a mock-up in Bulacan. And it just took them, for a 2-story building, it just took them about 30 days using new technology. Unlike conventional, it will take about 45, sometimes 60 days to construct. Okay. Okay. We're intensifying our program as far as looking at the marginal group. Under the 2013, beginning 2013, we have prioritized 5 marginalized groups, namely 1, street children, children in conflict with law, children in areas, the IPs, and the madrasa. So, part of the program of the Department of Education is to really reach out with non-government and civil society groups. To cite a specific example, we have partnered with no less than Efren Peña, Florida, for the school on wheels. So for the cart on wheels, that is intended for street children. But for conflict-affected areas, we are partnering with some NGOs in different regions and provinces. Okay. Now for the ALS, we have fine-tuned some of the alternative learning system programs. What we're implementing right now are ALS programs which are proven to be effective. When I say ALS programs, I don't mean just the programs delivered by the Department of Education, but also our partners from the civil society group. I will not go much on the assessment, the National Achievement Test and the ALE, simply because as part of the K-12 effort, that means we have to change also the way we test, we assess our students. There's a technical working group right now, Am I correct, Director Dolly, or are you part of the group who's doing the assessment, reviewing the assessment for K-12? Huh?
We changed the way we're assessing and rating.
That's correct.
There's a new assessment and rating system already in place, and
That's
this
correct.
is already being adopted.
Yeah.
The first two, grades 1 and 7.
Yeah. Lolit is referring to the new grading system, no, as far as basic education, but the more broader assessment is now in relation to the current Philippine qualifications framework. I just came from that meeting because Nepen is the one chairing the PQF. No, we are supposed to, since an executive order signed by the President already mandates the three sectors, no, including DOLE and the PRC, to come up with Philippine qualification standards, no, based on the Philippine qualifications framework. Our challenge right now is to put some flesh in those assessments undertaken by these various agencies, including the PRC itself, no, the assessment of the PRC. Okay. Yeah. I'd like to highlight in this slide the multilingual education. As you probably know, part of the K-12 feature is the implementation of multilingual education program, no, which begins at the kinder up to grade 3. Mother tongue will be used as a medium of instruction, but the English will still be taught at the first grade level. Okay. The other one is the scaling up of proven alternative delivery modes like the impact, the instruction managed by parents, communities, and teachers, the open high school, the distance education program, what else? The EASE. But we are now putting this under one umbrella called ADM. Okay. And okay. Okay. We have enumerated, I won't go into the details of those success stories, but through the effort of the senior United, they were able to cover a lot of success stories in different EVA objectives. No? As I've said earlier, aside from implementing the proven ADM technologies, we are also scaling up our multi-grade program, because we found out that 30% of our elementary schools belong to this category. The problem in the past, as far as multi-grade program is concerned, they are implementing the multi-grade program for a different concern or purpose. Meaning, they implemented the multi-grade program. I don't know if you're aware of the multi-grade program, where you combine two grade levels. The real multi-grade program is you combine two levels because you lack the enrollment, you lack the cohort. But in some schools in the Philippines, they combine because they lack the classroom or they lack the teachers. No? That's why you have combination of grade 1 and grade 2 with the size of 60, 70. That's why it impacts on the quality education. Okay. And then, perhaps finally, on the... Just go into that. Okay. On the LGU financial support, aside from revising the current special education fund guidelines, we're also looking at